One stormy morning, you walked outside and you heard footsteps behind you. You walked faster and faster until you came to your dorm room. But your roommate kept the key and locked it. You tried to get in, but you couldn't. Wait an hour until you got home. You heard the footsteps right next to your back. You turned around and accepted death. Then there, standing before you, was a woman. She had short brown hair, a blue eye, and her hairstyle covered one of her eyes. She was wearing a leather jacket, a black one, with a red t-shirt with a broken heart on it, with a gray broken heart on it. She was wearing a pair of black leggings and a pair of boots that were also black. She was also wearing a gold heart necklace, kind of similar to those lockets you see on television. The woman said, "Hi, my name's Mikai." You froze, not being able what to say. You told her your name, and then she realized that you were pressing yourself against the door. She realized this and said, you don't have to be scared of me." She leaned in closer to you. You were even more horrified. She saw that the door was locked. "Would you like some help there?" She pushed you out, then you slowly nodded. She slightly pushed you out of the way, and then a purple aura went around her hands and the doorknob. It opened the door, even though it was locked. She said that you were able to go in, and the woman said, "Goodbye." You stopped her by grabbing onto her wrist. She said, "Yeah?" You realized that her jumper was all jagged. Then you offered to sew it up for her. She was very surprised by your question, but agreed. She walked in, and she was looking through all of your room. Then she said, "Wow, your room's real cool." And you stitched up her jumper. She walked away, and then she said, here's a souvenir." And she tossed you a photo of herself that was cut in half down the middle, which was of another person. You could see an orange sleeve of a jacket. You asked her who the other person was, and she said, "Don't worry about it," and ran into the darkness of the outside. You closed the door, and then when your roommate came back, he started telling you that he didn't want to be your roommate anymore, and he left. You felt alone at this moment, but a couple minutes later, you heard a knocking on the door. You opened it up, and Mikai was standing there. Mikai walked in, and she said, "I'm guessing your roommate snitched on you?" You told her all about it. Then she said, "Don't worry, I'll be your roommate." She smiled and was looking around her old roommate's room. It was filled with Star Wars toys, Call of Duty posters, and a purple and a black bed. She looked around. Your room was very nice and was filled with things that you loved. While when she looked into your roommate's room, she saw the spare that he must have been. She said that she asked where. Then she said, "Hey, would you mind if I put all these posters and these DVDs somewhere? I don't really like Call of Duty or Star Wars." You told her that she could put the posters in the bin and she can put the movies out in the garage for a garage sale in a couple weeks. She smiled at this fact and put them the way you said she should. She thought the room was bad, and she said, "Wait a minute." She ran out and and she came back with two suitcases. Inside the suitcases, there were some plush toys, action figures, a photo that was half split by the middle. It was of a skeleton with an orange jumper, and on his hoodie jumper it said, "It is the way it is." He was also wearing a pair of shorts, although his eyes were red. He screamed, and she put it in her nightroom frame and sat it on her desk, right next to the bed of your old roommate. And then her eyes widened. She was staring at the blank walls. And then she said, "Hey." You told her that he didn't really care about cleaning. And she said, "Well, can I repaint them?" She said that she could. And then he said, "Great." And then she said, "Do you have any paint?" And then you said you had some purple, red, and some black in the garage, and you grabbed them out for her. She had a red, purple, and black walls, which were divided in the middle by a giant red and purple broken heart with two swirly things at the end. He looked in awe at her room. Then she changed the covers to purple, and she said, "I guess we're friends now." And you looked at her locket and at the picture. Then you asked who that skeleton was in the picture. She stayed silent and said that was her brother. You didn't really bring it up again. All night you guys were playing Super Smash Bros. In the morning, you saw her doing acrobats in your back garden. You decided to play out with her. You thought it was fun playing with her. To this day, she still is your roommate, and she sits and plays games with you. She also helps you cook dinner and do the dishes. She's the greatest. You don't really know her backstory yet, why she hides her eye, but you know it's something important. Okay, my creepy little kitties, that was my story of my OC, Mika. Even though this is my first video on this channel, I still really like it. Anyway, hope you guys all have a great day. Remember to like, subscribe, and press that little bell button. And remember, my creepy kitties, always be ready for Freddy.